comes in with a record of 6-1, and redshirt sophomore Carter Schmidt, an even 500 record, 4-4, as he is set to toe the line for the Sooners. Dylan Shawver, a three-time national qualifier, over 20 wins in all three of those seasons. Remember, that was a wild match, Jim, a couple years back in that 2024 Big Ten final. He beat Dylan Ragusin, then went to Kansas City, placed 7th to earn his first All-American honor. And Dylan Shawver early, Jim, got a cradle locked up. This could be 6. This is all kinds of trouble for Carter Schmidt.
It is, and he's got his lock right there. He's collecting back points there. This could be a quick fall. Nope.
Carter Schmidt able to fight off his back in that cradle. It's going to be 3 takedown, 4 near fall, and an escape in 40 seconds. And take a deep breath, Jimmy. It's 7-1.
He comes right back to his feet, though. That was a heck of an escape off that cradle.
Looks like 3 near fall, not the 4, so 6-1.
Yeah, the rarest of scoring there, the 3-point near fall.
Dylan Shawver in his 6th year out of Lorain, Ohio, Elyria High School.
Swing side's good.
Began his career down at 125. First 3 years at that weight class before moving up to 133.
Keep putting up points.
Yeah, he's a tall drink of water here for 133.
Right hand's hard.
He just got his knee a little bit close to his chest on that shot, and then Shawver comes right back into a shot.
Talking to Coach Goodale this morning, he said when it comes to Dylan Shawver and most of these Scarlet Knights, you got to keep attacking. Increase the attack rate. Don't stand around. Don't be in close matches. Widen the gap. Put the foot on the gas. And he said with Dylan Shawver, he wants to see Shawver get that dog back in him because he's a dog. When he's right, he's as good as anybody.
Well, he's got great balance. He can catch anybody on his back, as we just saw. It's one of those things where if he can go ahead and keep the pace of the matchup, he's an excellent scrambler and he's really good in the top position. Seems to always end up on top. So why wouldn't you want a high-paced match?
6-1 score. Shawver, the quick takedown, the cradle for some near-fall points.
I was a little surprised there that Shawver really didn't try to finish that technique. There's a sweep single there by Schmidt. And what you don't want to do in this situation is give Schmidt a little bit of confidence that he can push you around a little bit.
Dylan Shawver, phenomenal career there in Piscataway. If he stays healthy, he should surpass the century mark in career wins. Another nice double leg. Quick finish. Second takedown of the match, and it's 9-1 for the Scarlet Knights.
It's a darting takedown there.
Good job. Good job.
Just lowered his level first and then darted in there on that double leg. You know, I like that technique. It's a great selection. Attacking above the knee, or right at the knees here, and going for both legs. You know, when you're wrestling a tall, lanky guy like that, you attack one leg, he cuts the corner on you, and all of a sudden you're a little bit of a problem, and that leverage doesn't work for you anymore. You know, there's probably 4 or 5 inches of difference in height. So what do? You basically keep him from cutting the corner by looking for 2 legs. If you can get to 1, obviously you can get to 2 in these situations. Good selection.
Big first period for Dylan Shawver, 9-2. Shawver last season, 22-11. He was 6th at the Big Tens. Went to the national tournament as a 10 seed.
Nothing here. Head of the way. Head of his neck.
Shawver lighting things up early with 9 in the first period. He got his offense going early.
Yeah, cuts the corner. Now he drives back into him. See how he drives right there, Shane, off of that right foot? All right, that collapses. You know, your opponent right there, able to lock up that cradle. 3 swipes, lower level, good down blocking here. It comes right into both legs, and that was right after he had trouble finishing on the single leg. He goes to 2.
Shawver wants to stay on his feet, gives the escape. Now it's 9-3. Mentioned last March, he was the 10 seed, lost to Sean Speidel of Central Michigan, and he won 3 straight matches. He had to beat Kai Arini, Braxton Brown, and Anthony Noto. Lost in the blood round to Connor McGonigal of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, once again, Shawver's in on a shot, but notice it's just the inside. It's got a head to the outside shot right there, and immediately Schmidt cut the corner on him. So he's really kind of just looking for a stalemate, trying to keep his left shoulder inside that leg.
And these are the positions, Jim, that can lead to scrambles, and you want those quick finishes like that double leg.
Yeah, and then if he really had a really clean shot, and he's noticed immediately Schmidt goes to cut the corner, and he's got to try to create something here with his long reach. Maybe he can lock a cradle up. You can see that Shawver senses that. Now driving through, gets the hand across to the double leg, great chance of scoring here. He's got an opportunity to shelf that left leg of Schmidt up on his right thigh. He'll score.
52nd, second period. Shawver looking for another takedown. How does he finish it here, Jim?
Yep, he's got to try to slowly move into him up on his chest. It's pretty delicate here. Now
good
maybe
hips.
Yeah, good hips there. Good job by Schmidt. And just you can see the range that this athlete has, because he was dead to rights there in that position, and great flexibility.
Schmidt
Gets a stalemate out of it.
Redshirt sophomore from Belgrade, Montana, four-time placer, two-time state champ, coming off a 3-2 weekend in Vegas.
Doubles or carries.
Oklahoma finished 6th as a team. We're neutral here with 25 to go in the second.
Well, you got a good mic on Scott Gooddale. It said doubles or carries, all right? Doubles or carries. So he knows what he's talking about there as far as, the way to attack a guy like this that cuts the corner real well. Doubles or carries.
10. Stings.
There it is, right there.
Double leg attempt. Wizard defense from Schmidt.
Head up, head up.
Not able to quite drive through it. Schmidt trying to create a little bit more head position. Schmidt's been game in this match. Hasn't backed off a bit.
Was really a bad flurry. That's been the difference.
Yeah, and that quick takedown he had with the double leg.
That was a 6-point scoring sequence early on for Dylan Shawver. The NWCA All-Star Classic was here inside New Jersey Mike's Arena. Back on November 1st, Shawver wrestled the reigning national champion Lucas Bird of Illinois. Dropped that match to Bird as we're neutral. The quick escape for Shawver. Riding time and on factor. Shawver up by 7, looking for bonus points here at 133.
Like the way he set up that elevator action there, kind of a little faked forward a little bit and got Schmidt to follow him and then hit that little elevator up into a quick escape.
Head in the way, Shaw, when he comes.
Minute and a half remaining. There's a shot, but good defense there from Shawver.
Yeah, a lot of times
able to stay square.
it's usually shame. A lot of times, what we were talking about that last match. Okay, you can't get anything going because the guy's pretty compact and low to the ground. Just go ahead and shoot and see if something opens up. Take some risk.
Shawver with the leg attack, but crunched underneath that tall frame of Carter Schmidt.
Yeah, and I think right now you just got to try to roll with him a little bit, see if you can get something to end up in your advantage here. Nice job by Shawver. When your head goes down like this in a scramble situation, you got to pop those hips into him, okay? All right?
Still it.
Time ticking away on Carter Schmidt.
Yeah, there he comes up really well out the back door. Doesn't really have anything yet. That's a good sequence there.
Situation right here for Carter Schmidt and Dylan Shawver. Team points on the line here with 30 to go in the third period. Shawver looking to turn the corner as the scramble continues. Down to 25 seconds.
Referee Nick Rosso doing a good job of letting these guys wrestle here. Now Shawver coming up here strong. If he can put some weight and even bend that left knee.
Shawver looking for the takedown. He's got the takedown to put him up by 10, 13-3. That early takedown in the first, a late one here in the third, will give Dylan Shawver the 13th ranked 133-pounder in the country. Bonus points for the Scarlet Knights.
Boy, that's a great job of limping that leg out. It looked like Schmidt had that leg elbow deep, and it looked like he wasn't going to be able to free his leg out. You see a lot of guys settle for stalemates in that situation, but got the crowd fired up.
Dylan Shawver, now 7-1 on the season. Picks up in 41 pounds. Tyler Wells, 24th ranked in the country, and Tyre Parkins, a freshman for the Scarlet Knights. Of course, Tyler Wells coming from Minnesota. Two-time national qualifier for the Gophers. Both those appearances then down at 133. It's a new school and a new weight class for the former Gopher. From Princeton, Minnesota, where he claimed 4 high school state titles. And he's been a really good fit here in Norman.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was at the Minnesota program, and of course that's where Roger Kish was from. That's where he did his undergrad work here, being a couple-time All-American and second and third in the country. So I think there's some identification there and some familiarity here for him to come and wrestle for his coach, who's a Gopher as well. But he's a guy that can go ahead and control ties and all that stuff. Now, you mentioned before, he's up a weight class. We haven't seen him at this weight class, but he looks really solid at it. And, you got to take advantage of some of your physical gifts. Build a style off that that'll be effective at this next weight class. And sometimes you get kind of offset a little bit, not used to the range and the power of your opponents when you move up. But he kind of looks the part right now. He's filled out really nicely for the weight.
Big night for the Big Ten. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana University, the Heisman Trophy winner, the first Heisman winner since Troy Smith of Ohio State won the Heisman in 2006. Mendoza, the second Indiana player to finish top 5 in the Heisman voting. Anthony Thompson was a runner-up back in 1989 to Andre Ware of Houston. Tyler Wells a takedown, leading at 3-0. I mean, this story in Indiana football, Jim, might be the best sports story in the last 100 years. What Curt Cignetti has done with that program, I mean, you just can't even put that into any kind of context.
Well, his ability to project his own confidence in what he does, when you're doing things at that level and getting people to believe, your attention to detail has got to be just well beyond everybody else that's in the game, all right? And to take a program like that, and the way he's built it too, all right? In the first year, it was a lot of, transfers and guys that came with him and all that, but they all knew his game and understood his belief. But it's been a wonder to watch here, and probably huge lessons for people of all sports.
One of my favorite quotes, I win, Google me. 45 seconds to go in the first. Wells with a takedown. Wells last season, the 21 seed at the national tournament in Philly. Was 2-2, reached the round of 16. As a true freshman in 2024, he fell in the blood round to Evan Frost.
Test it. Follow that snap. Follow your snap. Two together right now.
Short time, 20 seconds to go in the first period.
Yes. Good look. More that.
See with that takedown here with Wells, just seems a little content. This is a situation here where he can really help his team.
Yours.
And Wells with the first period takedown with a 2-point cushion for the second period. We look at Big Ten winners the last 50 years. Charles Woodson in 1997. National champion Wolverines, Eddie George. Now coaching at Bowling Green. Desmond Howard, of course, that Heisman pose.
Yeah. Desmond Howard, we see him every Saturday.
Fernando Mendoza, your Heisman Trophy winner in 2025. I can tell you this, Jim. I know I had that on my bingo card. I'm sure you did as well. Everybody saw this coming.
Yeah, I tell you what. He impresses me not only with but his leadership, but the way he projects himself. I mean, it's just there's no wonder he got as many votes as he did. But the way he drops that ball in there is just perfect. He's not a line drive thrower at all. If you put a bushel basket out there, 45 yards out it, he probably drops it in there every time.
Of course, wrestling's version of the Heisman Trophy is the Dan Hodge Trophy, given to the nation's best college wrestler. Last year it was Oklahoma State's Wyatt Hendrickson. Of course, the Big Ten with so many hammers, handful of guys with their eyes on that Heisman Trophy. After some blood time, Parkins will go in the bottom position. Parkins is from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Gets that quick escape to make it a one-point match. Won 2 state titles, over 150 wins. 3-time placer for the Blue Eagles. And this is the first dual meet of his career, a special night for him. Repping that Scarlet Knight singlet in a dual meet for the first time.
Good, both sides of the body.
Yeah, you can see Parkins here. He wants to, you just don't want to go down here just getting your couple escapes here and know that this match is being settled on the feet. You got a nice quick escape here. What is your go-to shot? Because you got a minute 24 here to get an answering shot. You got a nice inside collar tie.
He's pressuring. Drop it and go.
Tyler Wells was 5th in Vegas. Wrestled 7 times. He was 5-2 in Vegas. He's 8-4 on the season. A couple major decisions. 1-1 in duels for the Sooners. And he's got a 1-point lead halfway through the second period as they wrestle ear to ear.
Your shot.
Rutgers leading it 4-3. They got the major decision on a late takedown from Dylan Shaver to take the lead.
And Parkins, this is not a good position for him here. He's trying to chase down Wells. Wells has the lead. He's content in this position. We've seen it at the end of the first period. Now we're seeing it again now. You've got to go ahead, and you know that he's going to reach on you with that collar tie coming heavy, and that's when you got to go. You can't allow yourself to get all tied up in this position, ear to ear.
Mentioned Tyler Wells up at 141. Focus now getting better at wrestling and not so much on cutting weights.
Threat here, Teague. 13.
10 seconds.
It's a 1-point match to the third. Looking at some of the Hodge contenders here in mid-December, Jesse Mendez has been fantastic this season, a bonus point machine. Of course, Mitchell Messenbrink and Levi Haynes in the mix for Penn State.
Well, they're going to be in the mix all the way through the season. And these are three guys that you can sit there and point to and say, hey, is it between these three guys? The disadvantage that the Penn State athletes has, is that going to divide up the vote, in the future? And how do you separate it? But I don't think anybody on that graphic right there is worrying about that right now. They're worrying about getting better and trying to become a national champion again.
Jesse Mendez, another tech fall last night. He's 7-0, 4 tech falls and 2 falls. He has been dominant, the two-time reigning national champion. Mendez from Ohio State. The Buckeyes with a nice win over NC State last night. That one on Big Ten Plus. Wells 4, Parkins 2, 123rd period. And there is a stall call on the Scarlet Knight.
Go get one. To the legs, Tim.
Down on a knee once again, half shot. And once again, Jimmy's tied up in a front headlock and underhook, not where he wants to be.
Not where he wants to be. He's getting his head stuffed down here. So Parkins got to try to find a way to move out of that there. But additionally here, if I'm in the Oklahoma corner, I'm trying to get my athlete to get on his offense here. He really hasn't done it. He's been able to take advantage of an athlete that's maybe a little bit less experienced than he is. And he's got to put up more points than this for his team. So
Wrestle, swing.
Of course, at this weight class for Rutgers is Joey Oliveri, a two-time national qualifier, ranked 5th in the nation at 141. He's off to a really good start, 9-0, but tonight, Parkins, the young Scarlet Knight, with an opportunity, but he's down by 2 with a half a minute remaining.
And right now, you're not going to hurt your team by just going all committed to try to get a takedown. You can win the match with it right here.
Could steal it late.
Yeah.
First do meet of his career for Rutgers. And he is hit with his second stall call, so now he needs a takedown and a ride out to send this one to sudden victory.
Come on, Tig.
Another shot there from Tyler Wells on a single leg.
Don't give it up.
But this match will finish 5-2 as Tyler Wells in his first season in Norman picks up his 9th win of the season in this, his true junior campaign. And with that win, Oklahoma reclaims the lead on the team scoreboard, up 6-4. Here inside Jersey Mike's Arena, savvy veteran for the Scarlet Knights, ranked 27th in the nation from Collingswood, New Jersey, won a state title. He was also, Jim, starting quarterback on the football team.
Yeah, like Heisman Trophy candidate Pavia, right, from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, how about Pavia? Yeah. Diego Pavia got a wrestling tie with him. He wrestled at Volcano Vista High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pavia, a 3-time finalist, won the state title in 2020 at 195. And he says, you know what? Playing football, I really relied on what I learned on the Resolite. Good stuff.
You take your wrestling to other sports. That's what your attitude is. You take that wrestling mindset to other sports, and you're going to succeed.
And you'll hear me rant about this, Jim, every opportunity I have. Multi-sport athletes. You're in high school, get involved, play different sports, have some fun. Heck, play in the band, get in theater like you're in high school. Mix it up a little bit, Jim.
Yeah, but if you're a 103-pounder, you're not going to go play defensive line, okay? So
I should have ran cross country.
Yeah.
I should have ran cross country. If you run cross country in high school, Jim, you'll steal 5-6 matches in December.
You probably
with
had
conditioning.
Because you had all the young ladies running after you. That's why you could have been pretty good.
Jim, I'm embarrassed to say it. That was never a real problem for me as a 100 pounds. Heck, I was 80 pounds as a freshman. Yeah, that was not a problem. No score, 105 into this first period. Andrew Clark, a two-time national qualifier. He's 5-3 this season. 2 bonus point victories, 2-2 in duels. Was a runner-up at the Keystone Classic. He fell to Cross Wasilewski of Penn in that final 5-1, and he's just been a staple here in this Rutgers lineup for a long time.
Yeah, he's got, the ranking here like he'd be a national qualifier right now, and this is an important match. You don't want to be losing to guys that don't have any numbers by their name, so to speak. And you just see that, when you have an advantage tie, and particularly in these matches, it may only happen maybe 2 to 3 times a match, right? So in your tight bouts like this, particularly these middle weights here, I mean, these two guys, it's clearly stalemate here. Nice job by Nick Grosso to call that stalemate call there. When they're ear to ear like that, heavy on the collar, here, let's give them another chance to get together here with an advantage tie. But, you do catch that advantage tie. What are you going to do? Can't wait.
60 seconds to go in this first period. Clark, a season ago, 24-15. That was his first season down at 149. He's wrestled 157 and 165. He was 6th at the Big Tens and was 1-2 at the national tournament as a 19 seed. But, I mean, this guy has done it all. When I talk about 157 and 165, I'm talking about seasons at those weight classes, not just a match here and there. He's scoreless with the redshirt freshman from Norman, Oklahoma. Hollingsworth was a 3-time state placer at Edmond North, one of the premier programs in Oklahoma. And these are the kind of guys, Jim, that Roger Kish has to get to Norman.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. He's got, he's trying to build back a program that has, a huge tradition, and wrestling is better when OU is doing well, And
no score after the first period.
Hey, confidence.
Hollingsworth with the choice. There's Roger Kish in his 3rd season in Norman. He was the head coach at North Dakota State for 12 seasons. Done a really, really good job. Big Ten champion at Minnesota for Jay Robinson, an NCAA finalist.
Well, Jay Robinson obviously is one of the huge mentors of his during his coaching career, and a lot like him. And when you get an opportunity to listen to Roger talk about his team or talk about his philosophy and all that, he's got to do some things that are maybe a little bit unconventional, because there's some programs nearby that are sucking up a lot of a talent. They've got the ability to, to pay some guys too. But Oklahoma is the most popular school in that state, not necessarily when it comes to wrestling, but with everything else. And you can leverage on that, and if he builds a program here that can be competitive here, they're going to be a great place to go, because we've seen the stall call against the Clark. We've seen, if you can get a couple of key guys like Kish was able to do at North Dakota State. I mean, we're talking about Mike Caliendo,
Jared Franick,
all right?
Gavin Drexler from Stratford, Wisconsin was an All-American a year ago. He had a really good team with the Bison.
Just tough guys, right? And athletic guys. And I asked them the question. I said, hey, what's it going to take, because you got, everybody knows who these, you got some phenoms coming up in high school, and that everybody knows they're going to be competitive, and they're huge recruiting wars. Oklahoma's not likely going to get those, but neither was North Dakota State, right, when he was there. You've got to find the guys that fit into your program, fit into your style, and, that's what Jay was able to do, building the program at Minnesota when they won their national titles. Did a lot with homegrown talent, and, I think Roger's got about the same mindset.
And he said this is really a moving year for them in his 3rd season. They were 8-4 in dual meets. Last season, 4-4 in the Big 12. They had 5 national qualifiers who wrestled in Philadelphia. Cam Sikora, Austin Marsden, and Mark Hall on his staff there in Norman. 15 seconds left. Just that escape by Andrew Clark in the second after a scoreless first period.
Works for a score. Bounce to the right. Captain, go. Let's go. Captain, go.
Hollingsworth will have choice here in the 3rd.
Trying to score.
There's Roger Kish, a two-time All-American, NCAA finalist for the Gophers. Kish, a Michigan native.
He looks at
Big
home.
Ten champ in 2006.
He looks at home in that Minnesota singlet. He's a prototypical Gopher right there. Strong looking.
He was a hammer.
Yeah. But when you talk to him, you get a very cerebral approach to what he's trying to accomplish there at Oklahoma.
Very calm, well thought out. Reputation speaks for itself. Nice mat return right there on the edge. Check out the mascot getting a little camera time. The Scarlet Knight is in the house. Coffee grinder right there from Andrew Clark.
Oh, come on, please. So
All I want for Christmas this year, Jim, all I want is next week, next Sunday, we're in Lincoln with Oklahoma State, Nebraska. Can you just call it a coffee? That's all I want. Can you call it a coffee grinder for me for Christmas, please?
hey, you know what? Decades of wrestlers who have used this move, all right, are just shuddering right now because you've named their move after a kitchen utensil. That's just not fair, right? You know. What's next? Cheese grater?
I like that
Yeah.
too, especially being a Wisconsin guy. What is your favorite name of a wrestling move?
The Metzger.
Okay. You know what I like? The cement mixer.
Yeah, those are good
That's
too.
a great
Yeah.
name. Of course, coffee grinder's number one. I mean, nobody's going to debate that outside of yourself. 1-0 match now. Andrew Clark sinks in a deep claw ride. He's got riding time 25 seconds. Hollingsworth, just a redshirt freshman.
And this is where the redshirt freshman is going to have difficulties trying to get that claw, trying to circle back in. And Clark is taking him to the edge, so can kind of camp out back here, watch him try to keep his toes in.
So knee slides there by Hollingsworth. Riding time at 45 seconds. Thigh pry from Andrew Clark. A lot of pressure, forward pressure. Good awareness right there. You saw he had his left foot inside the cylinder, switch off to the right. Scott Goodell saying, keep him down.
Well, right now here, if you take a look at Hollingsworth, he's really given up that claw ride, half Nelson. Expect him to go right back to it. Opposite arm that was around the waist is probably going to come inside on the thigh right there. Got a nice grip.
Takes him to the edge, mat return, and takes that riding time to 60 seconds. Hollingsworth was 1-2 in Vegas.
See, Roger Kiss basically wanting him to come down and fight that arm that's around the waist. You got to close down your pockets right now. What I mean by that is bring your elbows in, all right, and make it difficult for him to come. See, that right arm came real easily and uncontested because the right elbow was out. Too big of a gap over there on that right side.
At this weight class for the Sooners is Jack Giaffre. They expect him back soon. The national qualifier coming to Oklahoma from Virginia. We'll say this about Hollingsworth, Jim. I mean, he's making Clark work hard in the top position.
Yeah, if he can build some sort of a roll through or get a little bit more back pressure and then take that forward pressure of Clark and then just get an escape. But right now, you probably got to look for a reversal, all right? And a little bit more back pressure. See how he's just getting pushed around back there? He doesn't have any power. It's pretty easy to follow.
Same situation as Clark and Hollingsworth out of real estate.
See that right hand, as Coach Goodale, he said, stay with him here. Okay, just going to keep on moving him off the mat. He's going to keep on grading him here to the edge.
And Clark has not been hit with stalling. So he can wrestling accordingly with 28 seconds to go. There's going to be a caution on Clark. Got a couple freebies to give. And never mind those cautions.
And right now, if you're bottom guy here, you got a guy hammering you on that top position like that. Again, close down those pockets, right? And barrel back into and create a roll situation. You're looking for a reversal now. What's your best move right there? Push back into him with those legs. Maybe create a roll right there. Good effort.
Keeping that left toe inside the cylinder. Both these teams wrestle tomorrow. Oklahoma will wrestle Ryder, and Rutgers battles Drexel. It was a scoreless first period. Clark with an escape in the second.
Gets an escape. Too little, too late.
The riding time point the difference. 2-1 in a hard-fought victory for Andrew Clark. Now 6-3 on the season, as this one has gone back and forth in the first half. And Clark and Escarways in Piscataway, Jim.
Yep, blackout night here. It's not hard for the Jersey crowd to do.
Like his teammate Hunter Hollingsworth, Leighton Schneider from Edmond North. He was a 4-time placer, 2-time state champion for Andy Schneider. Championship coach there at Edmond North. He's a redshirt freshman.
Let him feel your hands.
3-7 on the season, looking for his first dual meet victory in a Sooner singlet. And for Anthony White, a redshirt senior from South Plainfield, New Jersey. Won a state title, of course, South Plainfield. Anthony Ashnault, Scott Del Vecchio, former Scarlet Knights that won titles at South Plainfield. No score, 35 seconds in. White, fourth-year starter for Rutgers. He's 6-3. 4-1 in dual meets. His lone loss was to Jackson Arrington of NC State. Was fourth at the Keystone Classic.
Yeah, 7-6 score right now here. Rutgers Scarlet Knights are really kind of counting on White to kind of open up a lead here and give them some, some breathing room here. There's some tough matches here coming up.
Absolutely. The second half, these upper weights.
This is
should be a blast.
It's a big situation here for Scarlet Knights. So you don't want to send a guy out there that just kind of gets complacent and doesn't get on his offense. So expect some emotion here. Nice misdirection shot right there. He's got the hands locked. All right. He's able to go ahead and step up. Nice job of sagging back here by Schneider. Gets his shin wizard put in right there. Okay. Beautiful job of coming back and swinging back. And it anticipates the roll through. Love that.
White gets the first takedown here in this first period. 3-0 lead.
Right him! Use your legs! Run through
You just knew something was. He let you come to your feet too quickly there. This is too easy here. I got to be aware of what's going to be happening here right next. And right there, when Schneider tried to come through the roll through, what did he do? He sprawled, got his feet back here. Great job of hiding the ankles.
Putting a hard ride on the Sooner. Riding time at 30 seconds. Anthony White began his career at 149. Was a national qualifier in 2023 at 149. Last two seasons, bumped up to 165. Last season, 15-12, now at 157. So he's been all over the place as well.
Turn here.
Where the team has needed him.
Yes. Get it.
Good breakdown. He's got that left wrist.
Yeah, he got the elbow tight to the body right there. Nice job by Schneider coming back up. Surprised he wasn't able to collect that wrist with the right arm there, but now you can see that Schneider's covering the fingers.
Get a pillow. Tony, keep working.
Hear that? Somebody yelled, "Get him a pillow!" Right? That's what
we've heard. That's
the hospitality you get here.
Fans are great.
They are
at Rutgers. Always are. Passionate fan base is White. That tight waist.
Get your bar.
Wrapped all the way around, and he's got that riding time over a minute already. Gets the takedown, and 5 seconds away from the ride out here in the first. And here's that really good anticipation you spoke about earlier in securing the takedown.
Yeah, he got to his feet right there. You can see that Schneider kind of gives in that position, and now I'm going to go down, and I'm just going to anticipate the roll through right there. It actually wasn't as you could see that coming from a long distance away, particularly when he went to his hands right in that position. But so many times you see guys that the only thing the guy can do is roll through and they get dead on their feet. A lot of times all you got to do is let go of the leg and sprawl and go behind. So that's something I'd be working on all the time in my room. I kind of got a room, though, in my head.
This time of year, Jim, mid-December, yes you do. What are some things mid-December in general you're paying a special focus to?
Well, this is what's unique about this season here was the national duels where a lot of these teams got a chance to go ahead and go at it. So that's your big hammer event here. And then Cliff King was a little bit watered down probably because of that. But, you want your guys to get through the semester and have a good, semester academically and make sure that they're finishing strong there. But any extra workouts that you can get and the time that you spent keeping your weight down, making it fun and easy because you're not going out and gorging yourself over the holiday season. But then work on those little things that kind of keeping you tied up. You got some guys now that have a little bit more experience and really walk into that second part of the semester here with a lot of momentum here and enjoy what you're doing. You only get a short period of time to go ahead and do this in life. Let's go out and do what you can, see what you can accomplish.
Speaking of the Paycom National Duels, it was just an awesome event. It was mid-November this season. It was announced this past week that event will be in Tulsa once again inside the BOK Center, but it's going to be in mid-December. The Paycom National Duels. Awesome events. 25 seconds, second period. This year won by Ohio State. It was an all Big Ten final. Ohio State over Iowa. Speaking of academics, Jim, Anthony White, two-time Big Ten Distinguished Scholar, three-time NWCA Academic All-American, and three-time Academic All-Big Ten. Getting it done with the grades as well. And Anthony White, ranked 26th in the nation, will take a 3-point lead to the third.
Yeah, he'll go down in this position. So, but again, we talked about before, he's in an opportunity, right? Get a quick escape. He's already got, 126 of riding time, so he can go ahead and collect that. But if he can go ahead and collect a couple, escaping a couple takedowns here, gets a big team point. A lot of momentum going into the second half of the meet.
Heard Scott Goodale from the Rutgers corner yelling, you get 26 seconds to get one. Wants to keep that riding time intact. Back to his feet once again.
Cover the fingers and get your feet moving.
And he gets that escape, keeps riding time over 60 seconds, and the Scarlet Knight extends the lead. It's 4-0. And now, as you said, Jim, you got to be getting bonus points. You got to be on the hunt right now.
That's exactly correct, Shane. As you sit there and see what he does right there.
Go get a major!
Go get a major. You hear Scott Goodale going after it here. He wants to go ahead and get that mindset.
For Leighton Schneider, Jim, he began the season out at 149, went 2-2 at the Tiger-style invites, wrestled Shane Van Ness, that was here on the Big Ten Network, against Penn State. Since then, he's been up to 157. He was 1-2 in Vegas, and there's 3 for Anthony White. And the reason he's up at 157 is because of the injury to Rafael Hippolito, the ACC champion and national qualifier, coming to Norman from Virginia Tech. Roger Kish got some really good transfers.
Yeah, he did. I think that's going to continue to happen for him at that program, but focusing on this duel here right now, White, is he going to go ahead and get a new start? But he's got the riding time locked up, so if he goes ahead and rides him out right now, he'll get the 8 points.
Yes, he would. He'd have the 8
extra bonus point for that.
Nothing major decision. Has not been hit with stalling.
Where's he going?
Captures that near wrist as Schneider doing all he can to work up. But Anthony White has been a blanket on top.
That side, over it, yes.
Team point on the line with 15 seconds to go as we scrap here at 157. Schneider works to his feet.
Gets a little high on that grip.
But White knows exactly where he's at, the mat awareness. There's a stall call, but White is going to take that. He's got the riding time point and an 8-0 major decision. Now 7-3 on the season. The redshirt senior from South Plainfield, New Jersey.
Great response there by White. Doing what he needed to do to secure that major decision, get the extra team.
165 pounds to kick things off in our second half. It's Bryce Burkett, a true freshman for the Sooners, comes in with a record of 1-3. And Ryan Ford, he's a redshirt freshman. Couple of young guys scrapping here at 165, 11-6. Rutgers with the lead. And this should be a lot of fun in the second half. Some big-time matchups. Burkett from Watertown, Minnesota. Watertown Mayer High School was a 2-time champ, placed 5 times. And he is working a 2-on-1 early.
I tell you what, see 2 young guys coming out in an important meet like this. Let's see if they fire away here, really get on their offense. The one thing that you could say about the last, besides the Shawver match, you didn't see a lot of guys, going out there and getting after it here early in the matches. So see some fakes there by Ford from Rutgers here in the black singlet. Here, nice job by Burkett here, basically doing a lot of down blocking.
I misspoke before, Jim. Vega, of course, he's at 141 with Hardy, so that's an actual matchup. That'll be a great dual meet next Sunday in Lincoln.
And remember, the last time those two teams met, it was 8-2. So it was, what do you think about that? It just kind of speaks to how great of a tournament the national championship was for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, finishing second last year. How many All-Americans? Nine All-Americans, all right? Everybody. I mean, it's one of the best performances I've seen here as far as wrestling above your seeds, by any team here, And we've seen some great performances over the years. So
work through the position.
A little bit hard to come back and be at that form right away.
Ryan Ford, 4 times at Bergen Catholic in New Jersey, was top 4 at the New Jersey State Tournament. Of course, 1 class there in the Garden State. No score. 2 minutes into this first period. Burkett, collar tie, and an underhook on the Scarlet Knight.
You see, both teams just seem to not be able to get out of this ear-to-ear position and not doing what they can. Now you see Burkett going down to the wrist a little bit there. I think that's a good thing to do here. Had a little bit of control there when he had the wrist, able to peel it off.
Get it. I'm gonna hook.
Ford this season 4-0. All duels, 2 bonus point victories. Did wrestle in 2 duels last season as a redshirt. He was 11-5 overall during that redshirt campaign.
Get him on balance.
And there is a roster, a starting spot battle here for Rutgers at 165. Andrew Barbosa, redshirt freshman, he's in the mix as well.
Yeah.
He'll go tomorrow against Drexel. He's 3-2 this season. Final seconds here in this first period. And Burkett and Ford scoreless after 3 minutes. As we welcome in Dylan Shawver, ranked 13th in the nation at 133 pounds. Bonus points tonight. Dylan, always appreciate getting your perspective. How did you feel about your performance tonight?
Get set.
Felt great. Every opportunity to get to go out there, especially in front of a home crowd, is always great.
Yeah, you had to make some adjustments in that match if you got to wrestle a guy that has a lot of range there, cutting the corner and all that. But I think you did a great job of getting to that double and some pretty easy finishes.
Yeah, he was tall, lanky. You just got to get through those kinds of guys, and that's what I did today.
Dylan, you're a veteran on this team. You have wrestled inside this arena for several years. What's it like? What's the energy like for you as a wrestler, towing the Resolite in Piscataway?
It's something I've always dreamed of, coming somewhere and wrestling some huge crowd, and there's Jersey Mikes. There's no other fans than Jersey fans, and I'm just blessed to be here.
Appreciate the time, Dylan. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Dylan Shawver, Big Ten champion and an All-American 2 years ago. 133, of course. Just a stacked weight class. Lucas Bird ranked number 1. Ben DeVino from Ohio State, undefeated, ranked 2nd. Drake Ayala in the mix from Iowa. He's ranked 4th. The Big Ten at 133. What a weight class, Jim.
Yeah, it's just stacked. It'll be fun to watch from the, basically the second round of the national tournament on. You're going to have a lot of key matchups there because, being in this conference, you're going to see some guys that maybe not had the best starts, but they're pretty good. And, those lower-seeded guys
Keep that action up.
probably get misplaced against some higher-seeded guys, and you'll see what are considered upsets, but really when you look at it closely, they're not.
Kyler Larkin of Arizona State, young Sun Devil, ranked 5th.
He's fun to watch.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's a magician. I mean, calling his matches, Jim, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, his body control, his awareness is something I haven't seen.
Sporting the half Manning, too.
Good, misdirect.
Definitely brings some style, no doubt.
Yeah,
Final seconds in the second period. And another one-point match. We've got some close ones here tonight.
Yeah,
Red's going bottom.
A lot of it's just maybe the inexperience of the guys at the college level here. And, when you get guys that get bogged down like this, ear to ear, can't get through the head-hands defense and all that.
Good, cover.
It's about the 3rd or 4th match that we've had where guys have been like this, where they're just trading escapes and see where somebody can ride. Burkett really kind of letting him easily get to his feet. Now trying to look for a mat return, and you see that Ford was able to go ahead and put the laces inside the legs. Makes it difficult to lift, so Burkett gives him an escape. So what can the guys do to get through their head hands defense? Right there you see Ford working on a wrist, but you got to snap him and move him. You got to get your feet moving as well.
And you said it before, Jim, when you get to a tie that you like, you got to use it.
Yeah, use it to either shuck it or snap it down or move off it. And what you don't see very much of is the slight little upper body rotations that you can make. And that, you know, until you see guys that can really do it effectively. That Ben DeVino from Ohio State is one who's really getting in clean against a lot of good good competition. You look at the way he sets up guys, it's pretty amazing. There, shot, swing shot.
Riding time and on factor, 1-1. 50 seconds to go here in the third. Another good transfer pickup for Roger Kish. Peyton Keller, he should be back next week. Of course, came from Ohio. He was an All-American in 2024 for the Bobcats. Then down at 157, a fifth-place finish in 2024. Just over 30 seconds left. Each guy with an escape.
Yes, that's what it is.
So much focus on down blocking. Both guys just...
A lot of wrestling on the feet, but no scoring from the neutral position. Straight on, double leg attempt there from Ford, but no setup right into those hips of the Sooner.
Yeah, but
Burkett and Ford will go to set and victory.
I like that, though. You know, straight on shot right there. See if he tries to get off balance, maybe trying to hit the go behind, but see if that opens up something. But that sometimes, you know, taking a shot is a way of opening a guy up. It's a good setup.
Big match in this dual meet. Rutgers leads at 11-6. Ford looking to create some separation between the Scarlet Knights and Sooners. Once again, tied up ear to ear.
Touch and go. Big snap there, big snap, don't hang.
A lot of hand fighting, head fighting. No angles.
Wrist snap.
No angles, no snaps either. Now Burkett listening to his coaches here with talking about once he had that collar tie, but you see how long it took him to get to that?
Here's a shot, but a goal behind here from Ford. His best opportunity on a single leg. If he's able to finish, he'll win it.
Yeah, he's on the outside of the leg. He collects both legs.
And in sudden victory, 4-1. Ryan Ford, victorious at 165. He remains undefeated, now 5-0. What did you like about that attack and finish?
Well, he got an angle like you talked about, Shane, right? And once he was able to drop to that leg, I was a little bit worried for him not to be able to finish that technique because he went to the outside. So he hit here, he's on the outside of the leg, all right? But he catches him bouncing a little bit, and for a split second there, got his opponent to turn his hip.
One of our featured matchups of the night, a top 10 showdown with Carter Schubert and Lenny Pinto. Lenny Pinto, of course, coming from Nebraska, where he was a three-time national qualifier for Mark Manning in the Huskers. It is Pinto Power in Piscataway, a fan favorite, Jim. This guy lights it up.
He really does, and he likes to put up points no matter if you shoot on him or he looks for something big himself. And what makes him different is that he'll, you know, he gets a tie he wants, he'll explode into it.
Lenny Pinto fell in the blood round in both 2024 and 2025. Remember, last March, a Big Ten finalist lost to Levi Haynes of Penn State in that conference final. No score 45 seconds in. And Lenny Pinto, Jim, always looking for something big. This is a home run hitter.
Certainly is. And see how he's dropped his shoulder down right there. Schubert, he was looking for a good whip over right there. Didn't quite get the action he wanted.
Schubert really impressive last weekend in Las Vegas. He won the Cliff Keen, beat Danny Wask of Navy 5-4 to claim that title. He's 8-3 overall.
Breaks, action.
That's one of those moves right there. I'm not so sure that Schubert wants to take that straight-on, high-flying, elbows up double on Pinto, but now that they went off the mat.
You and I last night, Jim, went out for dinner, and I always appreciate those conversations, just being a sponge and listening to things that you talk about in regards to wrestling. And you said about Lenny Pinto last night, if he could hold off just being himself a little bit, he could be a better version of himself. Explain that.
Well, just right there, he's just in on he's not looking for anything big. This is a pretty basic move right here. He's got his wrist tied up, got an opportunity to go ahead and score right here. He'll probably look for something big, but look at that finish.
And Schubert is so hard to score. I was able to see him last week. He has great defense, extremely tough to score on, super strong. And he's got Pinto with a shin whizzer. 45 to go here in this first period.
No control.
Such a time hog right here, the shin whizzer position is.
Rest on the edge.
And right now, it was going through Pinto's mind in that finish is the same thing he's thinking right now. Well, maybe I can cradle him from this position. He's always thinking about taking him to his back. And you know, it's just a mindset that he'll always have here with him, and it's really a huge asset.
Down to 20 seconds. They're on the edge in this first period. Top 10 matchup here at 174, and Schubert works to his feet. He's got incredible defense.
Yeah. Take a look at this finish situation right here where Pinto has trying to keep his wrist free, but he starts moving him. And that's what you got to do in this situation. Get him moving up and down. And I thought right here he might be able to just go ahead and settle back, but you know, we saw that opportunity to take him to his back, and he went for the whole thing. Tough to, I mean, that's part of his DNA, man. He's always going to try to go ahead and take you to your back, and if he settled back on those hips, maybe he scores.
One of the connections he had to Rutgers was Mikey Labriola. He was a teammate with national finalist Mikey Labriola in Lincoln. A little bit closer to home as well. He's from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. There's Mikey Labriola. What a career he had in that Nebraska singlet. You talk about a dog. Mikey Labs was that kind of dog, Jim. He was a stud.
Yeah, he had really closed out his career strong.
Claw right off the whistle here from Schubert. Winning that Cliff Keen last weekend, it's the first Sooner champion in Vegas since 2013 when they had three, and Kendrick Maple, Andrew Howe, and Travis Runtz. As Pinto with the escape, the first tally on the board, he leads at 1-0.
See how dangerous he is looking for that reversal, and Schubert holds on a little bit tighter. Maybe he's going to his back, but so far, you kind of got to like the way Schubert is going at his business here right there. Now he's able to go ahead. Watch him settle on the hips right now.
Schubert should score right here. He's got those legs wrapped up and gets the three. So Schubert with the match's first takedown. He's up 3-1.
Just a beautiful job of covering the hips right there. Instead of going up high. Right here, comes back down.
Facing me.
Comes out the back door, basically not at the back door. Didn't even have to scoop the bottom leg.
Man set, cover.
Pinto looking for the switch right there.
One.
Good job of securing the hips.
Talk about making big jumps, Jim. Schubert is from Marion, New York, wrestled at Wyoming Seminary. Began his college career at 165 at Cal Baptist. Last season, his first season in Norman, he was 3-3. And now he's 8-3, knocking on the door, double-digit wins already here in mid-December. And clearly, I mean, he's having a really good start to the season.
Yeah, and a really good start to this period. 40 seconds left there. Now he's in a head lever situation. See, when you grab that wrist right there and put your head in the back of the tricep there, they call that a head lever, all right? And you can go ahead and bar the arm up here from this position. Even seen some Cornell athlete here start working on a cradle in that position. It's been devastating. Oh, the old Navy ride right now. Look at this. This is old school. Control the guy. Hanging on the ankle, but now he has a crossed wrist ride.
Jim, want to add this. Mentioned Schubert last year, 3-3. He was at 157.
Yeah. And Shane, he looks the part.
Green's going bottom.
Tomorrow, see more wrestling live on Big Ten Plus when these Scarlet Knights are back on the Resolite to face Drexel. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on. Probably Nick Costco, one of the great play-by-play voices in college wrestling. Voice of the Scarlet Knights does a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. So, okay, Pinto forcing that underhook. He jumps back into a shot right there.
Shin Whizzer once again.
Yeah.
Schubert attacks that left wrist.
And what you can't do if you're Schubert, you can't just kind of just pull away. Nice job of squaring up. I think Pinto didn't want that leg anymore, looking to do something with this right-handed underhook.
Likes that underhook there on the right side. Riding time over 90 seconds for the Sooner. He's up by 3 with 120, but of course you are never safe, and I mean never safe against Lenny Pinto.
And I think Schubert kind of playing with fire here, allowing Pinto with that right-handed underhook right there. He's very skilled with that. Drag into a shot. So far he's stuffed his head. Now in a front headlock position.
Time ticking away on Lenny Pinto. Time hog with this front headlock. Schubert in really good shape right here.
Where we going?
Tight front headlock.
I don't think Schubert's really trying to score with it, but referee's going to call stalemate, get him out of that position. That's a good call.
Lenny Pinto last year, after being a Big Ten runner-up, was the 8th seed, lost in the opening round to Dalton Harkins from Navy. Then he won 3 straight, including wins over Carson Hartslaw and MJ Gaitan. Ultimately fell in the blood round once again. Lost to Simon Ruiz of Cornell 2-1. Here's an attack by Pinto, but once again into that Shin Whizzer position.
Yeah, he's freed his wrist up, his inside wrist. Looking for that.
Looking something big. Head hunting, looking for a cradle.
Nice job of Schubert staying square with this. Does Pinto have anything left? Oh, wow, that was close.
But he's got the riding time.
Yeah.
Tape down there, it still would have been a 5-4 final.
Yeah.
Carter Schubert wins a Cliff Keen Las Vegas title last Saturday. And on this Saturday night in Piscataway, against the dangerous Lenny Pinto, he will get the 5-1 decision. Just workmanlike and gritty, Jim.
Yeah, he was gritty, workmanlike. We know how dangerous Pinto can be here, but holding that lead can be pretty difficult.
Brian Soldano and Shane Cartagena-Walsh. Top 15 matchup. Soldano ranked 11th. Cartagena-Walsh ranked 15th for Brian Soldano. This is familiar territory. He's wrestled on this slab of Wrestlite for a long, long time.
Here we go.
Back to Rutgers, where he spent 3 seasons. He qualified for the national tournament on 2 occasions. Of course, a storied high school career at Wantage, where he won 3 state titles. At High Point, he's from Wantage, New Jersey, High Point High School. Former teammates, Jim.
Yeah, and different body styles, body types. See that nice job of shucking that leg or arm by here. Cartagena-Walsh had an opportunity to get elbow deep around that leg. We'll see if he's going to elevate it. Cuffed the head a couple times, tried to get to the far ankle. Now he's got to elevate it one more time. Oh, he does a great job of putting his knees and the head on the far side of the knee and collects the points. That was great.
Takedown, but that is where Soldano is so dangerous. I mean, he's a guy that's comfortable going to his back. Kind of like Lenny Pinto, looking for something big, high risk, high reward type of wrestler. And Brian Soldano, who's 8-2, 2-0 in dual meets. He was 3rd in Vegas. His loss in Vegas to Michigan's Brock Mantanona was a runner-up at the Tiger-style invite. He medical forfeited to Aiden Sinclair. As you see the dual recap there on your left.
Well, as you mentioned, Shane, they're teammates last year, so Cartagena-Walsh has probably spent hundreds of times on that single leg. Did a nice job of finishing that. Gives him a slight advantage, a 3-1 lead in this match, but it's a beautiful finish.
Cartagena-Walsh, a redshirt sophomore. Solid start, 8-1 on the season, 5-0 in dual meets. His only loss was to Jared McGill at the Keystone Classic of Edinburgh, but he came back to place 3rd and got that next best thing. He's up 3-1, 1:45 to go in the first. Goes back to that underhook.
It's really funny watching these guys before the match. I think they paced each other in a parallel line for about 3 minutes during the break. Not really looking at each other, but nodding that this is going to be fun.
Saldano, during his time at Piscataway, was 6th at the Big Tens in both 2023 and 2024. Saldano last season did not wrestle after the Midlands. Here's a stat for you, Jim. Last season, heading into the Midlands, Saldano had 12 wins. 11 were pins. He had 9 in a row.
That's either good scheduling or you're getting it on. Looking for falls all the time.
In Vegas last week, pinned Eddie Knightenbach of Wyoming in 20 seconds. He's one of those guys that just fun to watch because you know he's going to bring it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Michael Chandler, former Missouri All-American, UFC fighter. When Michael Chandler fights, somebody's going to sleep. It might be him, it might be the other guy, but you better pay attention because something's going to happen. And Saldano's one of those guys on the mat.
And it's, wow, look at that hop through there. And he drives right through it, and the scramble is able to score. Huge move by Saldano.
That was impressive.
He timed that. The familiarity of these two guys is pretty impressive. And I was just about ready to say, it's got to be strange here for Saldano to be listening to his old coach telling him, watch the high crotch.
That's a huge takedown. It comes in short time in the final 15 seconds of the period.
I got to tell you something. My junior year, my college roommate goes off to get a job at another school, right? And I had to wrestle their guy, and that's all I heard with the whole time from my roommate was, watch the high crotch. It was like,
former teammates Saldano and Cartagena Walsh in a 1-point match, early second period. That was a huge takedown there by the Sooner to take the lead. Short time takedown, finish the period on top. That's how you win tight, tough matches.
Oh, there's that shot there. Goodale was looking for a single, now into a bear hug. Saldano really got the feet moving on that one. You got to be really, in that situation here, got his feet moving enough to go ahead, block, and get a little head position and square up. Well done.
Saldano was a true freshman. Burst onto the scene. He had over 20 wins. Reached the round of 16 in 2023. Qualified once again in 2024. Good run in that Scarlet Knight singlet. Now he's wearing that singlet with Oklahoma across the chest. He's up by 1:50 to go here in the second period. Each guy with a takedown.
Now you're pulling. Now you're pulling.
Cartagena Walsh last season, 23-12. He was 8th at the Big Tens. Went to Philly as the 16 seed. Made the round of 16, going 2-2. Takes a quick glance at the clock. Fake there from Saldano as Cartagena Walsh goes collar tying the right side.
And what you see that you haven't seen in a lot of previous matches, once these guys get on a collar tie, they're moving their feet. They're trying to go ahead and look for a shot. Straight on shot there by Saldano.
Here we go, short time. Can he do it again as he closed the first period with a late takedown?
Got his head stuffed a little bit. He stopped moving his feet. Not likely to score.
Where we going? Top bottom or neutral? Gonna go down? Green.
Saldano with the 1-point lead is going to go ahead and choose the bottom position. Riding time really not a factor at this point. Saldano only has 8 seconds, and he's going to give an escape.
One green neutral.
Walsh, Cartagena's Walsh is going to give up the escape right there, intentional.
On him. High crotch side.
Riding time a non-factor. 5 unanswered for Saldano. And here's Cartagena Walsh, single leg once again. They drift towards the edge.
Do it in the center.
Cartagena Walsh wants to create some real estate, reaches across, corrals the ankles, and gets the takedown to reclaim the lead.
That's just a beautiful job of, bringing him back to the center. Takes a lot of strength basically to pull him back right here. He's elbow deep, short little steps. See how little those steps are here to bring him back? It's like you're tugging on a rope,
Down. Wait for me.
Good match here at 184. Gives the escape.
There we go.
So this match is tied up 6-6. 1:20 to go here in the third.
Cartagena Walsh, you kind of want to go back after the same type of stuff. You know, here you go. He's been able to score to both sides of the body.
Don't force the bad one.
Right.
Bacon.
And if the guy who feels like he's got the best conditioning might just hold position a little bit. Now, nice shot there by Cartagena Walsh. She's able to go ahead and drop back in. He goes to his knees there and catches Soldano, really trying to rotate back into him, collects both legs.
No takedown
given yet.
And look at the hips there from Soldano. He's able to square up. I've been impressed with his scrambling ability.
Well,
Get height, get height.
I think there's a brick out. The brick is out. Now a scramble situation. This is an advantage here for Soldano.
Inside of 30 seconds, Soldano's got an ankle. Both guys with an ankle as they scramble. Late in regulation. Cartagena Walsh hanging out for dear life.
He really is. Now he's coming back the other side. He's just got to hold on right now.
He's got to be careful with neutral danger. Soldano, with 10 seconds left, gets the takedown. This one has gone back and forth. It's now 9-6.
I believe a brick is out.
Brian Soldano comes back to Piscataway and knocks off his former teammate. What a battle. You see the brick? Challenge brick out in the Rutgers corner.
And I think it's been out there for quite a while.
See how this is sorted out again in dual meet wrestling. Each corner gets a brick. You get a challenge. If you lose it, you're out. But the officials can look at the video at their discretion.
Well, I think what they're challenging is the fact that what we even looked at here is that did Soldano give up a takedown right in this position, okay? Single leg, comes back, right. Is this enough for a takedown?
Right there.
And
So that's where the brick came in. And then here is how Soldano won it in the end. A late takedown in the first, another late takedown in the third. And at the moment, that's been the difference.
Yeah, no question that's a takedown here, but was there a takedown earlier than that? It's so, I don't know how they're going to rule on this one. Do it quick enough.
Big call coming up here at 184. There's head coach Roger Kish. You see Mark Hall in the background, the national champion for the Nittany Lions, now coaching at Oklahoma.
Well, in this situation, he didn't award the points. Really close to it.
The call on the mat is upheld. After review, the call on the mat is upheld. No takedown.
The call on the mat is upheld. No takedown. Brian Soldano. That's got to feel good for him. Coming back to Piscataway, knocking off his former teammate. 9-6. Some great action. And Soldano, he'll remember this for a long, long time as he picked up his 9th win of the season. Scott Goodale continues to plead his case.
Yeah, both teammates, former teammates, having kind words for each other in the middle. Tough situation. Both guys went at it hard. The most hotly contested match of the night. I tell you what, they both gave it their all.
Fist pump there from Sulka, ranked 9th, 9-3 record, and Remy Cotton nicked up a little bit in the early going. Gets the call tonight, just 2-0 on the season. Remy Cotton, the redshirt sophomore, his first year at Rutgers, began his career at Michigan State. National qualifier for the Spartans last March as a 31 seed. Just under 500 a season ago, 13-14. It's the case here, Jim, this day and age in college athletics, college wrestling, of course, as well. With the transfer portal, we've seen a handful of them tonight. Here's another one in Remy Cotton.
You know, I'm a big believer that the athletes need to have the mobility if they, have an opportunity. They think the situation might be better for them. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the program that they're leaving is bad or that the program they're going to is any better. But at least you know. So
2-on-1 from
in the center.
DJ Parker. He began his career in Fargo as a national qualifier for the Bison in 2023. Just shy of 20 wins that season, so I'm sure he was recruited by Roger Kish, and right off the whistle, Parker puts 3 on the board.
Nice little low shot right off the whistle, as you mentioned, Shane. A nice job of following up, circling the right direction. Now he's got a wrist tilt going here. This is tight, right?
Looking for a roll through tilt.
He gets it. He loads him up.
Going to be some near fall here for DJ Parker. It all started with that quick shot off the whistle. 3 near fall following a 3-point takedown, 6-0.
Back up, get one. Hands wide.
Nice little front trip there by DJ Parker, Oklahoma.
14-12, Rutgers leading. But Parker in the driver's seat here at 197. It appears this one is going to come down to the big guys, Jim, and that's all we can ask for as college wrestling fans.
Right, we thought that this meet might have that potential, but
feet, head up, inside, hands up. I mean, work hard here.
Parker coming off a 4th place finish in Vegas. Was the Tiger-style invite champ in early November.
and he's just waiting for that wrist to collect that opposite wrist. Nice job of making a hip and turn, but you got to have another move to follow that up. It just can't be one and done.
That riding time over a minute already. Takedown and a turn. Has that wrist once again.
Cross the body like that. So notice how he put that knee up over the top. He was getting plucked. His hand was getting plucked right there. He put that knee right back on the forearm there. That helped solve that.
Coming from North Dakota State, he took his red shirt in Norman in 2024. Last season, he won 20 matches, 6 at the Big 12s. And he fell in the blood round as the 14 seed to Jackson Smith of Maryland 4-2. So this guy's got some skills.
Well, he certainly has some skills in the top position. This has been a pretty good ride. 155 already of riding time here, and just cruising. You don't see him laboring in the top position. He knows where he wants to go. You come up in that quad pod stand up, he's going to hook the leg, spread you out a little bit, and attacking that wrist. So,
riding time over 2 minutes already. 24 ticks showing on the clock in this opening frame here at 197.
Hard stand, feet, hands wide.
Illinois native.
Right there. And he had the fingers covered for a short period of time, but they got locked into that quad pod stand up here like you got to come up. Well, you give up everything. You gave up the control of the hand that you went after right there. So instead of continuing to move around, you focused on coming up, and I think a lot of guys need to focus on just keeping the hand control and scooting out.
This match turned in the favor of Parker after that quick shot and score off the whistle. Then he scored near fall. Riding time approaching 2.5 minutes. And, of course, Remy Cotton, with his choice, goes on bottom. I'm a little bit surprised by this.
Yeah, I don't.
Back off.
It looked like he was going to give him the neutral position, and maybe the coach called him off on that.
Give him some space. All right, don't cover up his hips. Give him some space, okay?
And if you're DJ Parker, he's taking a look over at his corner and Roger Kish. We'll see how dedicated he is in the top position. He might say, you know what, I'll got to get to work on my feet to hunt down that major decision.
Correct.
But he does have one turn with that roll through tilt.
Kind of had that off of the takedown.
Improve.
Suffocating in this top position. DJ Parker with riding time approaching 3 minutes. Cotton to his feet. Slick mat return there from the Sooner.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice little switch right there. Maybe it turns the match around.
Now it's 6-2. And the quick escape.
Now that's, with DJ Parker's ability to kind of coast in that top position in the first period, and the fact that Cotton wasn't able to put any, make him work in the down position or the top position as much. He's still pretty fresh.
Riding time is already locked up, so Parker's up by 6. Riding time locked up already midway through this second period.
Yeah, Cotton really having a difficult time getting out of that underhook. There he goes. Getting bogged down.
Solid.
Juan Mora and Hunter Katka coming up at heavyweight.
Yeah, gosh, it's one of those situations where you hear your coach yelling solid, you know, you're not going to take that shot, you know, not going to go after him here.
Sweeps there.
Short time in this second period. The Sooner goes back to that 2-on-1.
At the elbow.
10 seconds.
Don't relax here. Head in the fight.
Remy Cotton with the reversal.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. So he did a nice job of coming back in and back pressure. Look for the switch right there. Kind of caught DJ Parker with his head down there a little bit and able to get the reversal.
Good. Cover.
Good look at Mark Hall on the bench there, former Penn State national champion.
Forward. Yes. Stay on top.
Parker works to his feet.
One green, neutral. We're neutral.
Shot there from Cotton. They wrestle neutral. Rutgers leading at 14-12. Fun dual meet on a wintry night in Piscataway, New Jersey. Good crowd here inside Jersey Mike's.
And Parker's kind of gone into defense mode there. Good thing to do when you're trying to hold a lead.
Another shot from Cotton.
Trying to, hold on to something, from the elbow down. And boy, he steps into a shot right there. Now he's got a bottom leg Turk set up. He could catch more right here if he could go ahead and continue to turn the face. He's got that leg lifted.
Saw the strength from DJ Parker on that takedown.
But the problem is he's got that bottom leg lifted right there, but it's below the knee. If he could have kept it up above the knee, he'd be able to score more. So that's going to make it basically 9-point lead. Going to take him to his back there and even get more team points there with a tech fall, but
got that roll through tilt.
He's got plenty of time to get it.
Big situation here for the team scoreboard. He's got that roll through tilt once again. This is big.
Can't get turned again.
Gets the near fall. The 4 points awarded, 15-2, 15 seconds. He's going to cut him and try to get the tech fall.
Great job of working for your team. Just great job of working for your team.
And I would say also Remy Cotton, he understands the situation, working on the edge.
Low single.
Looking for the tech fall. Final seconds. It is going to be 16-3, a major decision for DJ Parker.
That's it.
No. Time is out.
And DJ Parker picks up his 10th win of the season. And with those 4 points, Oklahoma, Katka ranked 22nd. Jim, we love dual meets. We got ourselves a dandy tonight.
Tell you what, two guys that come out in here, barely national qualifying as far as their rankings go, but they're going to play really big in this. This might be the biggest match they wrestle all year.
This reminds me of last season, Sunday, January 26th. It came down to heavyweights with Yaroslav Slavakovsky and Luke Luffman. The Scarlet Knight won it in sudden victory, and Rutgers knocked off the Fighting Illini 16-15. This has that kind of feel to it.
So far, these guys basically in a good low stance. And, you got to fight off all those, the emotion of what you just got done watching here. These last 5 matches have been kind of pretty electric, and particularly at 184.
We knew the second half was going to be a lot of fun. It has not disappointed. Mora, like DJ Parker, who we saw at 197, came to Norman from North Dakota State University. Spent his first 2 seasons of his college career there in Fargo. He's 7-3, coming off a 2-2 tournament in Vegas. And Hunter Katka, 5 seasons at Virginia Tech, where he was a 3-time national qualifier for Tony Roby and the Hokies. Made the blood round in 2024. 5-3 this season. Katka, all 5 wins are Tech Falls. So you can put the points on the board for a big guy. He's 3-2 in dual meets so far for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, that tells me he's good in the top position, right? So you sit there and go, okay, one athlete, you know, if he is good in the top position, right, and he has to be with all those Tech Falls, right, that's got to be part of his agenda, right, in the top position. So what does Mora do? Does he go down? You know, he's got some decisions to make here. And if you got a guy that's really tough on top and you know you're not going to go, you know, in the down position, these first 3 minutes are really critical in the match. You got to go after and get your own takedown if you're the Oklahoma wrestler. And if you have that advantage, you can be a little bit more patient if you're Katka.
Couple of really good transfers at heavyweight for Rutgers, and Yaroslav Slavakovsky came from Harvard. He was an All-American. And here's Katka coming from Blacksburg. 40 seconds in a scoreless match here in this first period. 14-16.
I think Katka really has some opportunities there with that collar tie. If he can go heavy with that, you saw where he's able to get to a slight angle, moving to his right. See if he can run it down.
Rutgers trailing on the team scoreboard. Whoever wins this match at heavyweight wins the dual meets. Rutgers 5-1 on the season. Oklahoma 2-1. And here is Katka dropping in a single leg short time. And Juan Mora kicks that leg back to keep it scoreless. Missed opportunity there for Katka.
No question about it, but that's the right idea. What he has to try to get going is stuff the head. That head popped up. He's able to get to his leg. Mora did a pretty good job of squaring up.
Choice goes to Mora the Sooner.
Where are we going? Hey! Green's going bottom.
And he is going on bottom.
See if my hunch was right.
Juan Mora, California native, wrestled at Pittman High School. There's Roger Kish in his 3rd season at Oklahoma.
Good claw ride right there. Mora doing a nice job of coming to the feet.
Still red.
Katka doing a good job of following. He's got that thigh pry right there. And notice how he spread him out to the left right there. He's doing a good job of collecting wrists.
Mora to his feet once again, looking to peel hands. And the Sooner skips away. He's on the board with an escape. It's 1-0. And the challenge brick comes in from the Oklahoma corner.
I think they're looking at locked hands in this situation. See whether Katka basically had his hands locked before. Now that action was kind of a way for, see if we can get a look at it. Let's take a look at that. Okay, it's around the, okay, comes up. Yep, clearly you can see Roger Kish had a great angle of that here back to the corner. You see more there basically, so you know he had enough time there to keep his balance and basically backhand a little, hey, throw the brick. That's great.
It's a big call.
No, it's clearly locked hands.
If that's the case, it'll be another point for Mora.
Watch this, okay? They're looking for it anyway. I mean, yeah.
They were all convinced in that Oklahoma corner. As they continue to review the video.
Pretty straightforward.
Calm, cool, collected, Roger Kish.
Well, what I liked was that Mora just, you know, throw the brick. All right, I got this.
It has come down to the final match in this dual meets. Again, both these teams back at it tomorrow. Oklahoma wrestles Ryder and Rutgers and Drexel. Rutgers and Drexel, that is tomorrow. Can watch that one on Big Ten Plus. There's Mark Hall, national champ at Penn State, as we talked about. He was one of those guys, too, in 2020. Unfortunately, tournament was canceled.
Yeah, tragic. Wrestling at the top of his game at that point in time. Like so many others. But you know what I like watching Mark Hall here? You notice how he is just, he's not you've got to come at the guy in the corner with the same emotional level that guy is. You know, I've always believed that if you can connect, it's all about connecting.
For the review, the call on the mat is overturned. We got a locked hands. We're going to reset the clock to 1:50, 9 seconds of riding time. Green's
So
going
it
back
was
down.
locked hands.
We're back down.
So they will reset
Nope.
the riding time
Coach,
and the clock.
we have to go back. We have to go back to the point in time.
Going back to the point of the time where it occurred. And that probably what took so long to,
Well, the riding time would stop.
yeah.
9.
Hey, drop again if you have to.
It's at 9 seconds.
I agree. I don't know what's going on here. Now they got 150 up on the board. What's going on? They went to the time of the
Hear the confusion from Scott Goodale.
Kaka!
Trying to get riding time to 9 seconds. So Mora will go back on bottom, but he leads at 1-0. Locked hands call on Hunter Katka.
Yo,
So
score points. Score points. Yeah.
The Big Show delivers highlights, interviews, and complete analysis is coming up next on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Of course, all kinds of Heisman talk. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, your Heisman Trophy winner, first Big Ten Heisman Trophy winner since Troy Smith did it in 2006.
Good. Cover. Come on.
Shane, I think this delay kind of really helps Juan Mora.
So we got 10
He
seconds.
pops right back up to his feet with a lot of energy there,
15
and
seconds
it
of riding
changes
time.
the way Katka's going to try to win this
14
match. So he's
seconds
going
of
to try to
riding
do it on the feet. Look for him to go ahead and come right
14
back to that
seconds of riding
shot.
time.
Right? He wants to get to that lead leg of
We know it's
Mora.
14 seconds.
Right there, it gets right into it.
Here's Katka with an opportunity. Second threatening leg attack, and once again, Mora.
Pretty impressive the way he was able to keep his balance and then go ahead and kick out.
Keeps Katka off the board again.
Just go again.
Katka's had a couple of really good opportunities. He's got a collar tie and an underhook. You gotta finish those, Jim.
Yeah, well, he didn't, but you know, he's still in good position to be able to go ahead and
Warning
do it.
green.
Now he takes an ankle pick to the other side. All right, a little tougher for Moore to be able to finish against or defend this one. Now he sweeps.
Still no points.
No points. He's probably not going to get it. He's probably got to ditch it.
And that is a stall call on Mora. That's his second one, I believe.
Yeah, this is really.
Roger Kish talk with the official. I thought, Jim, I saw Mora get hit with a stall call on one of those attacks there from Katka early on.
Yeah,
I think that might be where the confusion is. Because if that was the case, and there was another call on Mora on the edge there, that would be a point if that was indeed the case.
yeah, this is kind of chaos right now. It looks like the officials lost a little bit of the control, a lot of emotion here.
We'll see how this plays out. That is what I'm looking at right now. 16-14. Fun dual meet on this Saturday night. Gonna look at Juan Moore and
How many deep single legs?
Got a stall call on green.
So there's
One
no.
red.
yes, that was the second call. I was right.
All right, we good?
So that
The
was
clock
a
good,
second
everything
stall
good.
call on Juan Mora.
Well, that's helpful for Katka here, but you know, the question is he's got to try to keep on getting in on that single leg that, you know, he's gone to both sides of the body, and Moore has been able to go ahead and stay on his feet both times and do a great job of kicking out. And right now, Shane, you want to keep your activity level up with your Katka. March him off the mat if you have to.
Down to 20 seconds.
Hands and feet.
You have to think that Katka is going to go after that shot at least one more time.
Well, Katka will have choice, though, in
He'll
the
go
third
down.
period. I'm sure he'll go on bottom. So my guess is neither one of these guys probably going to take too many risks late. And as I say that, Katka right into those hips of Mora. And this one is going to the third period. 2-1 Mora as Katka's going to go on bottom. Man, this reminds me of last January with Rutgers and Illinois. There you see the stress on head coach Scott Goodale.
Bottom man set.
Katka looking for the quick escape. Like in good position.
Katka's been able to get to the legs of Mora.
Yeah, but I think just even several attempts are going to allow him to get another stall run
Exactly.
too.
If that's the case, it'd be another point for Katka.
And look at his activity level. He can't really kind of afford to kind of just hang out there in front of him here. Move the head, get to your shot. And you got to make the guy look a little bit worse than what he really is out there by taking some forward pressure, maybe even taking a couple shots right now.
And you can see, Jim, I mean, the perspiration, these guys are slippery.
Yep. That's been helpful here for Moore getting out of those shots, but we'll see if Katka loads his feet up, see a little bit more motion.
1:10 remaining here in regulation. Here's Moore with the shot. Counterattack from Katka. The heavy hips from the Sooner. Inside of 60 seconds in regulation. This one is coming right down to the wire. Katka with a collar tie.
Stay single side.
Got double inside right now. What's he going to be able to do with it? Right now, when you have this type of tie, you got to think that you got to have the advantage. What can he do as far as an attack goes?
Come on, Cat. Come on. Make it work.
See how these guys play in the final 30 seconds of regulation. It's come down to this. Winner of this match will win the dual meet for their team. 20 seconds left. Half shot there from the Scarlet Knights. We're down to 10 seconds as they wrestle center of the mats. Katka posts on the head. And it is going to sudden victory. 2 minutes on the clock. Against sudden victory, next point wins, and it's worth noting, Mora already he was stalling a couple of times.
Yeah, in that last 2 minutes, though, Katka really didn't do anything to kind of press that type of advantage. It didn't take much territory in it, and they spent most of the time around the logo. So,
Stay off the throat. Stay off the throat.
Use feet. Release the hands. Release the hands.
and when Moore's looked for a shot, he's looked to that back leg, that left leg.
Hard snap there from Katka. Heavy on the head of Mora. Hard hand fight from both these guys. Here's Katka. Had a slight opportunity, a real small window.
Now, Shane, if he followed that up a couple times with stuff like that, where he got a slight angle and was able to go ahead and drift into him, he might get a warning on him.
And that would be a win.
Yeah.
Katka moving forward.
I think that definitely should be the plan. March into him, take some territory. Heavy on the collar if he pushes back.
60 seconds in this sudden victory. Goes back to that collar tie on the right side. He's been here often in this match. Another shot, and quickly, good recovery there from Katka. Good exchange from both guys.
But they're lunges, you know, he's lunging and he's going to his knees first.
There's that hard snap once again. Katka gets a little extended as he snags a left leg.
Yep, he's got the left shoulders on the outside of the knee. Mora really has the advantage right now. Is he going to look to score? When your head's down, you push your hips into him. Mora trying to come out the back door. He kicks it free, he'll score.
And Juan Mora wins it in sudden victory, and the Sooners coming to Piscataway and steal the W. Saw the emotion on the face of Juan Mora.
Yeah, Shane, you know, you could sense it with that lunge. You know, He lunged here, never brought his lower body back in when he got the shot right here. Got to the side, lunge, all right? The first thing that hits is your belly. Your legs don't come with you. Now you're in a bad position with that left shoulder on the outside. Mora totally has the advantage in this situation. One last-ditch effort here by Cato, throwing the hips in. Nice job of kicking those legs free. And Mora scores. Big win for the Sooners.
Fun second half of wrestling. Huge wins from Brian Saldano at 184 and Juan Mora at heavyweight.